boys Cam and T back again with another episode of the Cam and T podcast, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like on that video, man. That helps with us in the algorithm at YouTube. And also as well, if you are listening to this on Spotify, please go ahead and give us a 5-star rating, leave a comment, man. I am your co-host, Tony T. Tom West, and we got my brother from another mother, Cam. Happy podcast day, happy Tuesday, and happy Thanksgiving, brother. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's tuning in. I'm good, man. I'm glad we here. I'm excited for the couple of days off, even though I've been at home for a while now, but excited for a couple of days off the training and everything. But how things going with you?
Good, man. I can't complain. Just same thing, man. Just kind of getting ready for like the holidays. You know how it is, like, you know, the excitement of holidays and getting to be around your family and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's always exciting. So this is always a fun time of the year for me, at least. So yeah, bro, I'm excited, bro. I can't wait to get after it, man. I can't wait to eat on Thursday. You know, I've been dieting for like the last year. So Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna lie, I do plan on turning Fat Tony back on for a day and a half. I ain't gonna lie, like, because I gotta eat on Thursday. Thursday, I'm not even tracking the calories. I'm not tracking the calories Thursday. Friday, I'm going to at least have one more meal because I feel like the Thanksgiving food hits on its best to me that Friday morning-ish, like from about 11 to about 5. That range there, the food is hitting. So I got to hit that maybe like 2 more times. And then after that, I'm back on schedule come Saturday. But yeah, bro, I'm excited about eating. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm excited about being around family. This is my first, year back in North Carolina. So it's going to be nice not having to drive 7 hours to go see my parents and stuff like that. So that's going to be nice. So yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited, ready to get into it. We got a really good show for y'all tonight, man. We're going to kind of go down the agenda. If y'all watching this on YouTube, go ahead and show us some love. Like the video, like I said. And if y'all are watching this on like Twitter and stuff like that, go ahead and retweet the video to get us some more viewers in here. We appreciate y'all. We got a really good show for y'all tonight. We're going to talk about college football rivalry. We're going to start off that with first. South Carolina, Clemson. Obviously, me and you going to jump into that. You got the game this weekend, the big game. You got all the rivalry games. Auburn, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, you name it. Every big rivalry game is happening this weekend, so we'll talk about that a little bit. ACC, we're going to talk about that as well a little bit. The ACC, having a situation where there are 6 teams that still have a chance to be in Charlotte in what, a week? That's next week, yeah. So in a week or in 2 weeks, whatever. So that's interesting. Also as well, we're going to talk about the NFL. Shador finally gets his first start. He gets a 1-0 start there. We're going to talk about the Rams. We're going to talk about the Panthers. We're going to talk about the Ravens. And then we're going to talk about the Atlanta Hawks a little bit too, man, and what their future may be, as Jalen Johnson has looked absolutely tremendous. So we'll talk about that going forward. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the college football rivalry weekend first. Cam, let's go where our hearts are probably the fondest. I think Clemson versus South Carolina is the most underrated rivalry in the country. I really do. Like, I hear people talk about the Egg Bowl and the Iron Bowl and Florida versus Florida State and, the game. But people don't show the love for the Palmetto Bowl the way it should be. And lately it's been more competitive because Clemson has kind of came down and South Carolina has kind of came up. So they've kind of evened out a little bit here. Let me get your take on the game in itself. How do you feel going into this game against our arch rivals, South Carolina?
I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all, man. It can go either way. We talking 2 mid teams right here. I think South Carolina has, again, they still have Lenore Sellers. I know he hasn't had the best season. But still, he's a guy that you can't ever count out, right? He's super dynamic, and Clemson struggles with dynamic players. And as far as Clemson goes, I feel like we've gotten a little bit better as the season progressed, but we're still not a good team, in my opinion. So it could really go either way. It's one of those games where I could definitely see Clemson losing this one. I wouldn't be surprised if South Carolina isn't favored or is favored.
They are favored right now. I believe they're I'm gonna check now, but I believe they're a 5-point favorite.
And see that don't surprise me. And I would honestly take that bet, to be honest with you. I mean,
So
South
yeah,
Carolina.
so the line actually has came down. Sorry to cut you off. South Carolina is a 2.5 point favorite. So they were 5 at first originally. So there's some money that has came in on Clemson as of late. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, you good. So 2.5 points. Yeah, I take that bet. I mean, if you bet, take it. That's a good game. You know what I'm saying? And it's rivalry week. Even when Clemson was, national champions, right? It could have went either way. It didn't, but it could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? And when South Carolina was better than Clemson for a minute, like you said it best. The last what 12, 13 years has been pretty much all streaks except for the last 3, right? Because the last 3 is going back and forth. But before that, Clemson won.
They've been going back and forth, right?
Yeah. Before that, Clemson won 7 in a row, and I think before that, South Carolina won 5 in a row. So it's a good rivalry for real. Like if you a fan of rivalry week, you should watch this one if you're not a fan of either of these teams, because they really don't like each other. And I agree with you when you say, in my opinion, so first of all, before the pandemic hit, I think it was the longest played rivalry in college football. Longest consecutively played. Right. Yep, but they had to take a year off. So it was the longest uninterrupted streak of games played between two teams. It was like almost 100 years or something like that. Before COVID. So I mean, this is blood right here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids grew up in the same area. They know each other. You know what I'm saying? And they don't like each other. So this is I think this is gonna be a good game. It's crazy how far both of these teams have fallen, because me and you said before the season started that we thought this could very well be a college football play-in game.
Yeah,
and correct. South Carolina not even gonna make a bowl, and Clemson just barely made bowl eligibility this week. So I mean, it's kind of embarrassing for both of these programs, but we'll see where it goes from here. You know what I'm saying? So what are your thoughts, though? What you think about the game?
Yeah, man. I mean, pretty much same as you. I don't feel good about the game at all, especially Cade's been kind of hurt all year. And this defensive line is probably the best defensive line we've seen all year. Would anybody attest to that? Probably. I don't think so. I think they're probably the best D-line we played besides LSU early this year. And even then, I might still would put South Carolina D-line over them. So this is going to be the best D-line we've played all year. Our offensive line has been terrible. I don't feel good. I'm going to be honest. I tweeted this earlier. I don't feel good about this game against South Carolina at all. Because, yes, South Carolina was 4-7. But when you look at who they lost to and how close the games have been, like the Alabama game comes to mind. They were right in the mix for that. The Missouri game comes into mind. They was in the mix for that game. They were in the mix in the Vanderbilt game. I mean, they're like a player or two away from being the opposite record, like 7-4 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it like that, man, and they've been way more battle tested than us. I hate to say it. I think they're going to two-peat us. I hate to be real, but I don't feel good about Clemson's chances. Clemson's best pass rusher this year has probably been Jaheim Lawson. He's out for the rest of the year.
So what happened now? What happened to him?
He hurt his foot or something like that in a Furman game when he shouldn't even been in the game. It's a mess, man. Another malpractice by Dabo, but I'm not even gonna go into that rant today. But again, man, I just feel like Clemson has consistently showed me they're just not that good of a football team. Like at least South Carolina has showed up in some of these games, like Alabama, Missouri. I keep bringing up against good teams. I ain't seen Clemson show up against good teams yet. Yeah, first half of A&M. Like I've seen South Carolina at least show up sometimes this year. I haven't seen. I'm sorry, I just haven't seen Clemson show up in against. Well, I'll give even the Louisville game. That was a ranked win, but like, look at Louisville now. They've lost like 3 of the last 4. Like they've been terrible. So like I'm starting to even wonder, was that really even a good win? You know what I'm saying? So again, man, it's kind of to a point now. If I had to choose right now, Cam, I'd probably take South Carolina 21-17, something like that. I'm not believing in Clemson. Hopefully I'm wrong. I pray to God I'm wrong. I pray that on Saturday afternoon at 3:30, we like, man, Tony, you was extremely wrong. I hope that's the case. I don't think that's the case, though. I just don't think that Clemson's that good this year, bro. It's just It's just what it is.
Nah, I like I said, I can't agree. I can't disagree. I
Yeah.
mean, what can you say? You
Yeah.
know, that's just
Right.
how they played themselves like that. I did want to bring up this point though. Speaking of the Furman game, Chris Denson, man,
Woo! I like
Chris
that kid.
Denson, boy,
He kind of gives me like a Jaden Daniels vibe.
that's what he played
Like,
like.
yeah, he
Mm-mm.
reminds me of Jaden. If he can, I don't know how he throws because he didn't really throw the ball much. But he runs like Jaden Daniels. Kind of got the same body type as Jaden Daniels. Like,
Exactly.
he
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of Jaden Daniels. If Clemson can hone in on that, and again, Chris Vizina, fan of the show, watches us, fan of the podcast and all that. I think he's in trouble, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I just me. I gotta put all boxes. I know he's a friend of the show and a friend of me and you, but like, I gotta be honest, man. I don't know because when he was in the game, the offense did look stagnant. This is a fact.
They was moving.
When Denson got in the game, that offense started clicking immediately.
They was moving.
So I don't know. I think he's in for a battle, man. I really do. And again, he's a friend of the show, but I gotta be fair. I'm not gonna just sit up here and tell you what you want to hear because you're a friend.
Yeah.
You know, that's the fact. I think he's in trouble.
And listen, you know, Denson can always redshirt. You know, I don't know what his priorities are when it comes to the portal or anything like that. Did he redshirt last year? Or is this is his true freshman year?
This is first year.
Okay,
year. So he technically probably gonna redshirt this year.
Yeah, he gonna redshirt. So yeah, so he still has a lot of eligibility left, and hopefully he doesn't leave, and hopefully, you know, Clemson and Dabo can make something work with Chris Denson, because I was really happy with what I saw. I know it was just against Furman, you know, but again, still 100 yards and 2 drives,
too, bro. He looks so electric. Like
100 yards rushing. Like it's
100 yards rushing on 6 carries, bro. Like,
yeah, that's pretty good, man. Like it's just one of them things where it's like you just want to provide a spark, right? You know, you just want to see something exciting.
Exactly, because even, and again, no disrespect to Vizina, when he was in the game, offense was stagnant, bro. And this is against Furman. Offense was stagnant. Denson got in the game. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Cade was lighting him up. I gotta give Cade some credit. He was lighting, which he should be, but he was lighting Furman up. They got him out the game in like the middle of the second quarter.
They took him out third drive or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, they was like, early. It's done. You done did what you, he was lighting them up though. Him and Antonio Williams was lighting them up. And we can have an Antonio Williams conversation another day, but I hate that he was in this era of Clemson football because, and I also wish he was able to stay healthy a little bit more, because Antonio Williams, in my opinion, is low-key like a top 6 Clemson wide receiver of all time. He won't go down as that because of the injuries and all that, and they weren't winning as much when he was around. Mm-hmm. But Antonio Williams is going to be one of them Clemson Tigers you're going to kind of forget because he wasn't on the good teams. I mean, that's just the facts. Like, DJU derailed him at the beginning of his career, and no offense, Cade Klubnik derailed him at the end. I mean, that's just what it is. But Antonio Williams is a guy I really hate to see go, because he's already said he's going to the league, and I don't blame him because his stock is probably never going to be higher than what it is right now.
Right. So, you need to go on and head out, my brother. He I thought he was he a 4th year junior. Is that what it is?
He's a junior redshirt. He technically had 1 more year eligibility.
Yeah, so 4th year. Okay,
he had 1 more year. He's the last. I don't know why he's the last of those what they call them, COVID years. Yeah. So he's the last class of that.
Well, hey, good for him, man. And definitely, I mean, shoot, his stock was first round. It's probably not that no more, but honestly, as a wide receiver,
it's probably still pretty high second round though.
As a wide receiver, though, man, second, third round is good. I mean, that's good.
Good, yeah. I think he's going second or third round. Him and his team feel like second round, third round is second round is really what they believe. So I mean, I don't blame him. He might go. I mean, he's had a great season, man. I just wish he was able to stay healthy a little more, man.
Because if you can go to, because a lot of teams, when they'll draft a wide receiver in the second round, it's usually your teams that either have a solid wide receiver already, or a team that just has a whole lot of needs and they're trying to reach for a wide out. But either way, he'll be in good position for some targets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Early. So that's good. That's a good position for him. So shout out to Antonio Williams.
Absolutely.
You know, because I agree with you too when you say he should have went down like a top 6, top 10 at least wide receiver
Yeah,
in
top 10
Clemson
wide
history.
receiver in Clemson history. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
I really feel like that. But anyway, let's move on. Um, let's hit the ACC thing now, since we already talked about
okay.
the ACC team, and then we'll get into the other rivalry games. I kind of want to talk about what we kind of was bringing up before. The ACC has a way where there's potentially 6 teams that can get in to the playoffs. So we have
To the
Virginia
championship game.
to the ACC championship game, right? So they have 6 teams that have a potential to get into the ACC championship game, and I'm going to kind of read off the path for each team. So Virginia is the most likely. All they got to do is
Yeah.
win, and they're in. So winning, they're in. I'm not even going to go off the losses because they beat Virginia Tech this week, which they should. I think Virginia's in. Me personally, I think they're in. But they said if SMU loses, Pitt loses, and UNC wins, they're in. But I think Virginia's almost a shoe in at this point, especially with playing against Virginia Tech at home. I think they're in.
Yeah.
SMU is another one where if they win, they're in. That's probably your 2 likely. That's probably the matchup. Going to probably be SMU and Virginia. They have this whole line of stuff. I'm not reading all this, man. It's Pitt. If Pitt loses, Duke loses, UVA wins, UNC wins, or like we're not doing all that. SMU and Virginia have the best chances to win in those to beat in Charlotte. Now let's get to the ones where
who does do you know who SMU plays this weekend? They got Cal, right? Is it Cal?
I believe it's Cal. Let me just confirm real quickly. Bear with me, chat.
I can do it.
SMU. Yep, Cal. You're right. SMU plays Cal, who just fired their coach yesterday. So they're probably winning that.
Oh, I ain't
now,
know that.
Pitt also kind of has a way in. Pitt would have to win. UVA would have to lose to Virginia Tech, or they win the game straight up, or SMU lose. So they need SMU or Virginia to lose to get in.
Yeah.
Kind of possible because I think California, every time a coach get fired, teams come with that little extra spark. So SMU losing wouldn't completely shock me, especially with that Hawaiian quarterback them boys got. So Pitt still has a legitimate chance, especially if they win. Duke. Now is when we start to get to the long stretches a little bit. So what Duke would need to get in is to win for one. So in all their scenarios, they have to win. They can't lose.
Yeah.
Pitt has to lose and SMU has to lose. Or Pitt has to lose, UNC has to beat NC State, and UVA has to lose to Virginia Tech. Or Pitt has to lose, UVA has to lose, and NC State has to win. So either way it goes, the NC State and UNC game plays a part in them getting in. Because now, either way it goes, if Pitt and UVA loses, Duke, if they win, they have a legitimate shot of getting in. Next up, Miami.
That don't really make sense when you think about it.
It does.
Because it's like, because one of them have to win anyway, UNC or North Carolina State. So don't they play each other this week?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Duke just let me run you through Miami's situation. So Miami's situation is they got to win this weekend, which I believe they play Pitt, which is a good team. Right. They got UVA has to lose, Duke has to lose, and SMU has to win. That's one of their scenarios. Cam, they have 7 other scenarios of getting in.
Yeah, I see.
I'm not reading all that. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a lot. But let's just say Miami's chances of getting to Charlotte, not looking good because a lot has to happen.
Yeah.
Next up, Georgia Tech. They screwed themselves this weekend badly. And we were talking about it off camera. Georgia Tech put themselves in an absolute pickle. They need Pitt to win, they need UVA to lose, and they need SMU to lose, or they need Miami to win, SMU lose, Duke lose, UVA lose, UNC lose, or Boston College win, and then vice versa, but just add in NC State like we just talked about. So again, Georgia Tech was leading their own destiny, and they screwed themselves. They're cooked. I don't think they're getting in. So those are the teams that all have a path of getting in, Cam. We're not about to go through all that. Who do you think is going to be in Charlotte in a week from now, next Saturday? Who's going to be in Charlotte?
So I think, and I don't want to jinx them, but I mean, it's got to happen. I think Virginia's in for sure.
Yeah, I think they're in. All they got to do is win.
every time I say for sure on this podcast, it don't happen.
Yeah.
But I think Virginia's in. And they should be in, honestly. And I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised because, like you said it earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if a Duke sneaks in there over
SMU.
over an SMU. Because Pitt plays Miami, right?
Correct.
Yeah. See, and I wouldn't be surprised if Duke gets in there because all they need is a Pitt win and an SMU loss, or excuse me, a Pitt loss and an SMU loss, and of course,
it's possible.
Yep, and of course
they would have to beat Wake.
Yep, so, which I think they can, which I think they should.
Right.
So I think it's gonna be Virginia, and I think it's either gonna be SMU or Duke. I think Pitt and Miami are gonna play each other out essentially.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in agreement with you. I probably lean right now SMU Virginia because that makes the most sense, but I'm not against the Duke Virginia thing. I could 100% see that playing out as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And see, if we get that matchup, then what you brought up a couple weeks ago comes to fruition.
Correct. Because say Duke beats Virginia, the ACC will not get in. I'm telling you that now. They will not.
They're not getting in.
It will be cooked.
And so really, the ACC almost needs to rig these games so that so Virginia can get in because this SMU is SMU even ranked right now, or do they get in? If
that's a good question. Let me check.
Do they get in if they beat a Virginia?
SMU is ranked at 25, so that's a little tricky. That's a little tricky.
Man. Hey,
if you're the ACC, you pretty much want Virginia to win this thing. That's probably your best.
Exactly.
I mean,
because West Virginia, what are they ranked? Do you know?
So yeah,
sorry, I know you keep.
No, you're good. You're good. Virginia at this point is ranked 19.
Jeez, I mean they'll probably get in, but still, that's low. Man, ACC might be cooked. They might be cooked.
I've been trying to tell you for months. The ACC might be cooked, bro. They might not get nobody in.
Because in my opinion,
Miami's going to be blocked because they got them 2 losses to 2 teams that now are not even ranked. Like,
right. In my opinion, man, if I'm the committee and I'm looking at it, I'm trying to make whatever works. I'm trying to make it work to however it can to put in because in my eyes, there's almost no difference between a Virginia getting in there versus a James Madison or a what's the other or a Tulane or North Texas.
Or
all
North
three,
Texas,
all four.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All 4 of those teams are in my eyes in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. That might be it for the ACC.
It's getting quite spooky, especially if Duke gets there and beats Virginia. It's looking bad.
And that's why Clemson and Georgia Tech both should be ashamed of themselves.
And Florida State too.
Man,
Florida State and Miami too. Shoot, Miami.
Yeah, Miami too. Definitely
Miami is Miami is the best team in the ACC right now. Let's cut the crap. As much as we don't like them and stuff like that, and they're annoying, their fan base, Miami is the best team in the ACC right now. But unfortunately, they lost when they lost. And it's like you did the Miami thing, like that they always do every year. So
I mean, Tech too. Tech lead the nation in yards per game and still dropped it.
Still dropped games to NC State and daggone Pitt. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's nasty work. Let's just touch on some of these other big rivalry games. Obviously, I'm just gonna read off some of the big games we got this weekend. Obviously, probably the biggest one that everybody loves to talk about is going to be the game, obviously, which is Ohio State versus Michigan. It's supposed to be snowing in Ann Arbor. Ohio State ain't won in 4 years in that rivalry. So that's going to be interesting. Now, it's going on at the same time as the Clemson game, so unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to watch it in full. But still, really, really a good game, solid game. Oregon-Washington's another solid game at 3:30. That's a good rivalry game. Tennessee-Vanderbilt kind of has some spice to it, too, because that could potentially have playoff implications for Vandy. So definitely another game you're going to want to keep your eyes on. Obviously, Auburn, Alabama, 7:30 is always a good one. Notre Dame, Stanford's always a decent one as well. On Friday night, we actually got a good one. Texas A&M and Texas is going to be another really good one. Not really playoff implications. Probably the one with the biggest playoff implications in this game is Georgia on Friday is Georgia versus Georgia Tech. Let's just say Georgia Tech wakes up and beats Georgia. Now they're 10-2 with a Georgia win. That changes things a little bit if that happens. So we'll see. But there's going to be some good games on, man. I'm really excited about the rivalry weekend. Outside of Clemson, South Carolina, which game are you probably the most intrigued of like the rivalry games this weekend?
Probably that Tennessee Vanderbilt one.
Vandy's gonna be a decent one.
I feel like that should be a good game. I meant to ask you too, while we talking about it, because that was a lot of SEC teams you brought up. Who's in play for the SEC championship this year? Because that's got to be.
I believe Georgia is the front runner, if I'm not mistaken. But let me just confirm, chat. But I believe Georgia's probably at the front of the line for that. But let me just confirm. A&M and Georgia. So as if it all played out right now in Atlanta, it would be A&M and Georgia.
Now, how many games Alabama dropped in the conference? They didn't drop.
Alabama has one loss.
A&M got none in the conference.
Correct.
And Georgia got one.
One. And that's to Alabama. But Georgia, so I wonder how that would play out.
Because what I'm saying.
Alabama wins this weekend.
I think it's actually that's got to be A&M and Bama now.
It might would be A&M and Bama in the ACC championship if Bama. But see, yeah, you might be right. It might would be A&M and Bama then technically. Yeah. If Bama wins, they're in. Yeah, that's right. If Bama wins, because Georgia beat Ole Miss, but Georgia lost to Alabama. So yeah, you're right. If Alabama wins on Saturday, they're going to be playing against A&M in Atlanta.
Yeah, gotta be. I wonder if they got a.
But I think Georgia's in regardless. I even think they lose on Saturday. They're still in.
They only got how many losses? They got one.
One, and it's to Bama. So,
wait, who didn't somebody lose to Ole Miss? Who is that?
Ole Miss. I don't know who lost to Ole Miss.
It was that same night Bama beat Georgia. Who did they beat? Was it Tennessee?
It might have been. Let me check.
Sorry, I know I'm.
No, you good. You good. I think that was the same night they played LSU, wasn't it?
Might have been. That might have been who they beat.
Yeah, it was. It was LSU. Yeah.
Okay, so I got you right here. I'm gonna read it to you. SEC championship game scenarios entering week 14. So 4 teams still got a shot. All right. So the top contenders, of course, A&M 7-0, Bulldogs 7-1 in conference play. Oh, they already finished. That's right. Because they got Tech this weekend.
Yeah, right. Because Georgia Tech's an ACC opponent. Right.
Yeah. Ole Miss is 6-1, so they still got a shot, but they lost to Georgia.
Yep.
And then Bama still has a shot at 6-1. And they lost to Oklahoma. So to get in, so if the season ended today, it would be A&M and Bama. To get in, let's see what happens. So Texas A&M gets in if they win, of course, or if Auburn wins and Mississippi State wins, neither one of them will happen. So Texas A&M has to win, pretty much. Alabama gets in if they win. Ole Miss gets in if they beat Mississippi State, and A&M and Alabama lose. I don't think neither one of them is happening.
I don't think so either.
And then Georgia gets in if Auburn or Texas wins. So, so Ole Miss really got.
I think it's A&M and Alabama in.
Yeah, in my opinion. Ole Miss got the longest shot to get in because I don't think all 3 of those things are happening. They'll be.
But I think all those teams you just name are in the playoffs, though. Yeah, I think Ole Miss is getting in. I think Alabama's getting in. I think Georgia is getting in.
And
now,
that's true. So they
Alabama might not get in though if they lose that SEC championship game. Because that'd be 3 losses, right?
Yeah, Florida State, somebody, and then who was it? Florida State, Ole Miss, and whoever the SEC champion is.
Right. Whoever the SEC championship is. So,
man, I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know because in the Big Ten, who's getting in? Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana.
Indiana's getting in regardless.
Yeah, so that's 3, and then so that's 3 right there. And the SEC,
Big 12 might have like 2 or 3 get in too because Utah been good, BYU been good, Texas Tech been good. So it's it's gonna be rough, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true, man. I don't know, man. At this point, you depending on how this season plays out, they might change it up again, and they might just say we just taking the top 12 teams.
Correct.
I think that's
what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, and it's gonna be the ACC fault because they didn't field a team this year.
Correct, because whoever in the ACC shows up is getting smoked week 1. I mean, it don't matter if it's Miami, UVA, they're gonna get smoked, bro.
Yeah,
Miami's probably your best bet to get in there and potentially make something happen, but I don't even. Carson Beck's too volatile, man.
Right,
he's too up and down, man. You don't never know. Yeah,
that's funny.
So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Let's transition on into the NFL. Oh God, Cam, I hate to even talk about it. Last night was an absolute crap show. Let's talk about our Carolina Panthers losing last night in Santa Clara, 20-9. Bryce Young was absolutely god awful. 18 for 29, 169 yards, 1 pass touchdown, 2 interceptions. Rico Dowdle only had 38 yards carry on 6 carries, which is another. We only carried the ball 9 times. I don't understand why that even happened, but it did. We were terrible last night, man. Brock Purdy gave you 3 picks in the first half, and the Panthers only came away with 3 points. Let me get my take first. Dave Canales. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably in the minority. I still believe in Dave Canales as a coach. Don't hurt me. I think he's just young and inexperienced. I think he is a good coach. I am done with play calling for him, though. Hand the keys. Dave Canales, I believe in you as a coach. I do not believe in you as a play caller. I think that's a little bit too much going on for him right now. I think he's just a little too inexperienced for all that, thinking he's Andy Reid. I think he needs a legitimate play caller. Again, I want to make this clear because I've seen a lot of people talking about Dave Canales should be fired and he should be let go. Y'all are tweaking. He got this team 6-6. We ain't been this good in years. The progress, I see the progress, which is why I'm saying I believe in him as a coach. I don't believe in him as a play caller. I'm a total line here when I say this because he had a tremendous game last week. And the play calling did not help him yesterday. Let me say that as well. I will be honest. We're getting to a point with Bryce Young. Do we know what he is at this point? Like, he's only had 2 games this year, I think, above 250 yards. And one of those games, we were down by like 20-something points, and it was garbage time yards, essentially, where he had to fight our way back into the Cardinals game.
Over 200. He only had 2 games over 200, I think.
He's only had 2 games over 200 all season. We are over halfway through the season.
Yeah, we only got 6 games
with
left.
Pat McMillan, who you can't say is not a legitimate receiver. He had a bad night last night, but he's good, though. I'm getting to a point is, can we maybe accept Bryce Young is not a franchise quarterback and he's just a guy? He's not terrible. I want to make that clear. Because when you say Bryce, you got to kind of be clear with these. I don't think Bryce Young is terrible, but I don't think Bryce Young is good either. Does that make sense? He's just a guy. He's the 22nd ranked quarterback in football, somewhere in that ballpark. 22nd, 25th. He's just a guy. He's not bad, and he's really not even bad enough to get benched right now. But he's also not good enough to win games either. So you're kind of in like quarterback purgatory. When you look at his stats, I hate to tell y'all this, Bryce Young is not a franchise quarterback right now. Right now, keyword, right now, things could change. Obviously, we've seen Darnold's career change. We've seen Baker Mayfield's career change. We've seen Geno Smith, even though it's going back down, we've seen his career change. Bryce Young is not a franchise quarterback. He is not a guy you give $60 million a year to in 2 years from now. You don't do that. Right now, and this is going to be a little slight at your boy because I know you like him. He's kind of like Justin Fields. And I'm not saying the same type of player, but he's just a guy. He's a bottom tier starter at best. And I kind of just think that's what Bryce Young is. Like, I hate that because I like Bryce Young. He's a likable guy. He's the type of guy who want to date my sister. Like, he seems like a really good kid. He be dressing. I like his swag. Like, I like the way he dresses and stuff. Good kid. But I think some Panther fans are being absolutely delusional. This dude is an Atlanta Falcons merchant. Only time he shows up is when we play against the Falcons. That's it. At this point, bro, I need to see more, man. Like, I need to see more, bro. I've not seen any progress. The last 10 games last year, I've seen progress. This year, I've seen back to what he was when he got benched at the beginning of last year. That's just what it is. And that's where I stand at. I thought J.C. Horn played a tremendous game last night. I thought that was one of the best corner performances I've seen in a Panther uniform, low-key, in my whole life. Did you see the way he came across filling that one interception? I think it was the second one. That was beautiful. J.C. Horn is getting hella unappreciated in Carolina sometimes. I've seen people talking crazy about him last night. He's been spectacular. He's a top 5 corner in the league right now. I'll stand on that at this moment. I think he's that good. I think he leads the league now in interceptions after last night. But again, the offense. I'm not mad at Evero at all. I'm not mad at the defense at all. Like, with all the players we had hurt and we still hung in there for the most part, I'm not mad at the defense at all. I thought the defense played great last night. I'm going to be honest with you. They kept them in the game, and Panthers still couldn't get it done offensively, and that is on 3 people mainly. Bryce Young, Dave Canales, and I'm even going to say Ted McMillan a little bit too, because he was dropping some key passes. But, yeah, the floor is yours, though.
Yeah, I got a lot to say. I ain't going to lie.
Go ahead. Get it off.
On these cats. First and foremost, man, I want to talk about Bryce for a little bit because you brought it up. I think Bryce, again, I don't want to come off too hard on him because I like him more now than I did at the beginning of the season. I believe in him a little bit more. Even after last night, I still believe in him a little bit more than I did, a couple weeks ago before the Atlanta game, really. Bryce, we win more with Bryce. We have a good chance of winning with Bryce Young as a starting quarterback. It's just that it doesn't look good all the time. And I think you made a good point when you said it's kind of like Justin Fields. I say Chicago Justin Fields more, or
that's
really,
what I mean.
Pittsburgh Justin Fields more, really. Because they can win with him. It's just that the numbers don't look great. You know what I'm saying? But part of it is, the numbers have to look good. You have to, at some point, you got to put up 200 yards consistently. I'm not asking for 300. I'm not asking for 400 every week. Get me 200. Just go up and down the field twice. You got to move the ball through the air. You have to be able to move the ball. This is the NFL, right?
Correct.
You can't get away with running the ball all the time. Like, you have to be able to move the ball through the air. And so far, we're just not doing that. My biggest issue with the Panthers this season, and again, I feel grateful because we're moving in the right direction, like you said, and this can be cleaned up, and I think it will be cleaned up. But the Panthers do not, they refuse to play complementary football, and that's the biggest issue. They're not consistent. They refuse to play complementary football, and I think that's a Canales issue. I don't think he should be fired under any circumstances because he's the best coach we've had in years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a Canales issue, though. You have to play complementary football. For some reason, it always seems like the big games, the games that we have a chance to make a statement, we're falling flat. And that's the problem right there. That's the problem. And that is a coaching issue. But again, I still believe in Canales through all of that because I'd rather have a chance than to be just god awful all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, I think last night was the worst coaching job I've ever seen from Dave Canales.
Yeah.
That was the worst. I blame 100%. Actually, I'm gonna blame 99.999% of that game last night on Dave Canales. The other whatever's left is on the Bryce Young, that first interception. The second interception, T-Mac got held, so I'm not going to put it all on him. But that first interception, he should have just ran it in for a touchdown. So I do blame that on Bryce. But at the same time, I got to blame it on Canales because you at the 1 yard line.
Why not run the ball? Right.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying I thought he was just horrible last night. I mean, I can name so many things he did. Number one, he didn't run the ball right there. Right. That was bad. Number two, right before halftime, he gave the ball right back to the 49ers right before halftime. I don't know if they scored off of that or not. I don't remember if they got a field goal, but we should have ran the clock. I think it was less than 2 minutes left on the clock. We should have just, if we weren't going to try and score, because it didn't look like that's what they were trying to do, you should have just ran the clock out. And instead of giving the ball back to the 49ers. I thought that was a bad decision. I thought going for two when he did was awful. He should have been investigated by the FBI after that.
Yeah, because that was I still don't understand that to this second. I still don't get it.
I don't understand that. You would have been down by 7.
Correct.
And you decided to go down by 8. And I don't understand why you chose
that. I don't know what he was thinking there. That never made sense to me.
And again, it came after a penalty to get to the 1 yard line. But once again, I ask you, why not run it then?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Why are you passing it when the passing game isn't working all night? You said it better yourself. Let me tell you this. Do you know that the Panthers actually averaged more yards per rush than the 49ers did last night? With Christian McCaffrey going crazy?
When they were getting the ball, they were moving.
But like you said, how many rushes did they have? 9?
9 total.
Come on, man.
Even Chuba was kind of moving them.
That's what I'm saying. Especially Chuba was moving them in the pass game, I thought. I thought he did a really good job last night. And I feel like the Panthers, your 2 best players outside of Nalo McMillan is probably Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard this season. Even
offensively.
Benched. Yeah, offensively, of course.
Yeah.
Even though Chuba got benched, those probably your 2 best players. You know what I'm saying? And he just flat out refused to use them. And I don't understand. I don't know if it was because it was prime time and he was trying to make a name for himself. I don't know if he was trying to make a name for Bryce. I don't know if he was trying to have people thinking that Carolina got themselves a Dan Campbell or a Sean McVay or a Matt LaFleur.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he was thinking, but whatever he was thinking wasn't to try and win the game. I think he was trying to make a statement. And I feel like that was a failure of a coaching job on his behalf. Ejiro Evero, on the other hand, had them boys going crazy. The defense.
I think what he's done this year, he got a lot of slander at the beginning of the year and last year. He has flipped this defense completely around. I got to give Evero credit.
He earned that retention, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He earned that retention. Do you know that the Panthers lost both of their linebackers before the game, and then they starting linebackers weren't playing last night? Keep in mind, the starting linebackers aren't that good to begin with.
Correct.
But neither of the starting linebackers played last night, and I believe the 2 linebackers that came in, both of them ended up hurt and out the game last night.
Yep.
And the defense still played very well and still forced 3
only gave up 20 points.
I mean, and a lot of that was due to the special teams and also the offense inability to move the ball and turnovers. So again, I was very impressed by the defense last night. Offense was horrible. And it's crazy because there's some games where the offense looks good and the defense don't look that good. And that's why I'm saying it's just non-complimentary football.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, what they need to do with Bryce Young is Dave Canales has to either fix this play calling. Because I think his play calling is good sometimes, but last night just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Last night was really, really bad. I mean, it was a lot of bootlegs and it was just unnecessary stuff that they were doing. And I don't know if he wanted to look cute out there or what, but it was just, you got to stop it. And you got to play football. You know what I'm saying? And so, but when it comes to Bryce Young, they have to help. They have to help him. And I don't mean help him like a lot of people be saying help him like, oh, he ain't got no offensive line. That's not the case no more. Yeah. What he needs is play calling that's going to help him get the ball out quick and get it into his receiver's hands. And honestly, I'm at the point now where you might want to start letting him throw it downfield, because it seems like when he actually gets a chance to throw it downfield, it might get intercepted sometimes, but it actually be turning into touchdowns more often than not. if you really think, or at least long games. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I thought the touchdown he threw to Ted McMillan last night was a beautiful pass.
Beautiful throw, right? The one he did last week, the Xavier Legette, probably one of the best dots in Panthers history. You know what I'm saying? That was a dime. So it's just it's one of them things where last night I know Bryce had a rough game. It didn't look good on the stat sheet, and it didn't look good when you was watching it. But a lot of that has to do with Dave Canales was just stinking it up. And like you said, Teteroy and McMillan had a couple of drops that just didn't.
Yeah,
it was kind of bad last night. Look, Canales has to prepare his guys better for these bigger games. He has to, you know. Good news for the Panthers. Well, bad news for the Panthers. They got the Rams next week, which we'll get into them next.
We're about to transition to that now. Yeah.
Good news for the Panthers though is that, you know, and again, not trying to wish injury on bro, but Baker Mayfield is injured right now. Yeah. So the good news is Teddy Flintwater is the Buccaneers starting quarterback right now.
Yeah.
And if he don't get it right, you know what I'm saying, with them dudes, there's a chance that they drop a couple of games. And so there's a chance the Panthers are still in play for the division. But you can't be playing like you did last night and expect to win the division and make it to the playoff.
No. Let's transition over to the Rams because we were just talking about them. Y'all know I kind of root for the Rams. That's kind of like my second favorite team. Recently, the last couple of years, that's kind of been my second favorite team. Matthew Stafford, for one, is 100% the MVP right now. I don't even think that should be up for debate. I think he has like 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like he's been
30
touchdowns. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what I meant. 30 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, he's been tremendous.
Yep.
I mean, it's like this is the best I've ever seen him play or look. At the age of like what 37, 38.
He old, man.
He's been great though this year.
And you know what, T? The funny thing is, you remember before the season started, we was like, man, what's gonna happen with the Rams if Stafford back don't heal up? Man, this brother going out there. They didn't say he done threw like 25 straight touchdowns without a pick.
Yeah, bro.
You know what
I didn't say he hasn't thrown a pick since like September or something like that. It was crazy. Like he hasn't thrown a pick since like September or something.
Now that everybody talking about it, he probably gonna throw one next week. But still,
I mean, who cares? If you got 30 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, who cares?
That's what I'm saying. You can have 30. You can have 10 interceptions with 30 touchdowns. I mean, that's still a 3-to-1 ratio. That's crazy.
Exactly. So he's having a tremendous season, man. I think the Rams at 10-2, because I pay a little bit more attention to them with me being an East Coast guy that, you know what I'm saying, watch the Rams a good bit. The Rams are, I'm going to go ahead and say it, they're the best team in the NFL right now. And I don't really think it's particularly close. The Eagles are flawed. We just seen what they did with the Cowboys. Who else getting high? I still am not really drinking the Patriots Kool-Aid like everybody else is. I do think their offense is really good. I will give the Patriots that their offense is clicking, but I still got some questions on their red zone offense and also as well their defense a little bit too. Again, the Denver, I'm not really believing in them. They're getting a lot of hype right now. I'm not really believing in them fully.
If they played like they did in the fourth quarter, every game, every quarter, Denver probably be the best team in the league. Because they probably the best fourth quarter team in the league.
They're definitely the best fourth quarter team in the league for sure. Yeah. I mean, you've seen that in the Giants game when they came back from like 30 or something like that. It was crazy.
Every game, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much every game. But they can't put a full 4 quarters together, which is why I'm not really listening to the Denver stuff. Seattle's been really good. You know, again, but I think the Rams just beat Seattle. I think the Rams are the best team in the NFL currently at the moment. And I don't really think it's close, Cam. And that's not even me playing favoritism. That's not none of that. Like, that's just me being real. Like, I think the Rams and what they're doing, Puka Nacua has been absolutely spectacular. Shout out to Emmanuel Forbes, man. A guy that Washington gave up on pretty much immediately after the first year. And look at the season that he's starting to have. Emmanuel Forbes has looked like one of the better corners in the league this year. You know, he's been really good, man. So again, I think the Rams, what they got with Cam Curl and Lake, and they got a lot of good guys. Nathan Landerman, who just got paid, like
Verse. What's that boy name? On the line, Fisk. Man, they got a lot of dudes out there.
They got guys,
Devontae Adams lead the league in touchdown catches.
And he's going crazy this year. He looked like Green Bay Devontae all of a sudden again.
Yeah.
So again, it's like the Rams. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're the best team in the NFL this year, bro. I really do, and I
Can't
think they have
disagree.
the MVP on their team. And right now, I don't think it's really close.
Can't disagree. They have everything. They got
Yeah,
everything you could possibly want in a football team. So I do think they're the best team in the league. Straight up. I can't.
yeah.
Like
Now
you
I want
said,
to talk
they're
about
every.
another team though that has got. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to get into your boys because I want to give you credit. You told me when y'all was 1-5, you was like, Tony, I don't think we out of it yet. You was like, I don't think we out of it, bro. And
Yeah.
now look at y'all, 6-5 and back in first spot with
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers being hurt. You called it, so I want to give you your
Yeah.
credit on that too.
Yeah.
Talk about your Ravens for a little bit, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, I again, you can't never count them out. Because they last season they started off rocky and they finished strong. But I will say this though, I think I was more confident then when we was 1-5 than I am right now.
Yeah,
I can see it now. It's like, okay, this team ain't good enough to win no bowl right now. They just offensively they not good right now. I don't
yeah,
know what's going on. Defensively they turned it around. They pretty decent now, but
yeah.
offensively they just we have struggled. We struggle getting the ball down the field. We struggle scoring. You know what I'm saying? I think Derrick Henry's having a pretty decent season.
What's up with Zay
Lamar,
Flowers?
man, he playing good. It's just again, it's the problem is we can't get the ball to him. I
Yeah,
mean, he pretty much eating up all. God, I wouldn't be surprised if he eating up all the. It's either him and Mark Andrews. That's really it this year. Likely hasn't really been involved in the offense. I'm glad Keaton Mitchell's starting to come along, but Tez Walker hasn't really been involved like I thought he would. Hopkins has been they getting them a few targets per game, but not heavily involved.
yeah.
I mean, really, and Rashad Bateman's out right now, but it really has been just Flowers and Mark Andrews,
Mm-hmm.
and Derrick Henry, and then Lamar. You know, he was hurt. He came back strong against Miami, but he didn't kind of put up 3 stinkers in a row. I ain't even gonna hold you. 2 straight games without a touchdown at all, you know, and it's after a 30-game streak of touchdowns, so passing touchdowns. So he kind of, you know, I think he don't look healthy. They said the last 4 weeks he's had different leg injuries. You know, he had the hamstring, then I think he had an ankle, a knee, and now a toe or something like that. So I don't think he's healthy right now because he's not taking off and running, which it's not something that he had been doing a lot in the last couple of years anyway. But he not maneuvering in the pocket much
Yeah.
these days. You know what I'm saying? He's taking sacks that he wouldn't normally take. So I don't think he's healthy right now. So it really has been a healthy dose of Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell a lot lately, which, you know, it's good, but it's good enough to win. But again, this Thursday, Thanksgiving, they got Joe Burrow. He's back. I don't know if you've seen that, but
Yeah, I seen that.
you know what I'm saying? Jamar Chase is back from suspension, and you know he's gonna be hungry,
Yeah.
right? So you know it's gonna be something to see for real. What they do this week, but and honestly, I hate to say it, but I don't know if you can. You almost can't count out the Bengals at this point because what's their record? They 3 and are they 4 and? Let's see, we 6-5. Are they 4 and 7? 3 and
I'm
8?
about to find out right now. Go ahead. I got it. I found out.
You
Yeah,
almost
they're
can't
three and
count
eight.
them
They're
out.
3-8 right now.
So 3 and 8, they win 6 in a row. There's really a good chance that they could finish out the division. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Pittsburgh, if Rodgers is out, I don't think Pittsburgh making no moves. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the Browns ain't gonna do nothing. But if the Bengals mess around and win 6 in a row, they can
Which
sneak in
I'm
there.
not gonna lie. I'm looking at their schedule now. I mean, it's definitely they beat. Let's just say they beat y'all on Thursday. Let's
Yeah.
just say they do. They have the Bills next, who have not looked like world beaters.
Nope.
Then they play the y'all again. Then they
Yeah.
play the Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals and the Browns. So I mean, there's still an opportunity there. Not saying it's gonna happen, but
yeah, but still, I mean, that's a lot. And then Baltimore got the Bengals twice and the Steelers twice coming up. You know what I'm saying, on their schedule. So there's you know, just because we don't win 5 in a row now, don't mean that we're gonna win 5 more in a row. You know what I'm saying? There's some room for some L's on the schedule. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. But overall, I think the AFC North it's in a pretty pretty funky place right now. But the AFC as a whole kind of is funky too, because I think right now the Bills are the 7th seed and the Chiefs are completely out of it. Which, they was praying to Satan in the tunnels, the reason why they beat the Colts, but still. So we'll see what happens in the AFC. But overall, bro, I think your Super Bowl champ coming out of the NFC this year.
Correct. I kind of agree. I think the NFC is stronger this year than it normally is. Normally the AFC, I feel like, has the stronger teams, and the NFC normally has the stronger and better players. But I feel like this year is the opposite. I feel like NFC got the better teams, man. Before we move on to Shador talk, we do got to kind of just split second real quick. Eagles, what happened? How do you blow that lead like that, bro?
21 points, man. Took their foot off the gas.
21 points in one quarter, right?
Yeah, I think, wasn't that in the first? Then they scored 21 in the first, and they ain't scored no more after that?
And they ain't scored no more. Yeah.
Yeah. Where AB at? AB in the comments?
Yeah, he in the comments. He just said
AB, man. How many they scored 21 in the first quarter, didn't they? And then y'all came back and scored 24 unanswered.
I mean, that's just ridiculous, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's the NFL, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get up, they score early in the second, but still, I mean, you get up 21 in the NFL, that's supposed to be a blowout territory.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's
sick. Eagles got some mess going on, man. I don't know what it is. I remember AJ Brown was saying something last week. They got something going on. I don't know what it is. They just won a Super Bowl, but they got something going on. Maybe they're going through a Super Bowl slump. I don't know, but they got something going on.
It happens every other year. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember the year they made it to the Super Bowl, the year after that, you remember they fizzled out and fumbled really bad at the end of the year because I think they were first round exits. And then last year they won the Super Bowl with Saquon. And now he not looking good. AJ Brown not looking good. Jalen Hurts ain't looking good. You know what I'm saying? Devontae Smith ain't looking good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's their offense is terrible. And it almost makes you wonder, was Kellen Moore really like that for them?
Slick.
Had to be. I mean, she had to be, right?
Slick, yeah. It makes you wonder. Let's talk about Shador. Let's put our wrists up in the air for Shador, man. He got Let's put our wrists up in the air for Shador, man. He got his first win as an NFL quarterback. 200 plus yards. He did throw a pick, but he also threw a touchdown as well. And he's gonna start again this week, which I think he should. He's better than Dylan Gabriel. I am interested to see what he does this week, to be honest. Because I think they play against the Niners this week. So I'm kind of interested to see what he does. Because before last night, Niners had one of the worst defenses passing wise in the NFL. So I kind of want to see what he's gonna do against the Niners on Sunday. But yeah, man, I just want to give Shador shout out real quick, bro.
Man, I wanted to let me talk about Shador for a second.
Go ahead, you got it.
I wanted to bring this up while we talking about it because it's a couple of things that I agree with. You know what I'm saying? The discussion, a couple of things that I disagree with. You know what I'm saying? I want to get your take. I wanted to hear from you too. But basically, I think me and you both agreed coming into the draft process that Shador was at least the second or third best quarterback in the process, right?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I think we both knew Cam Ward was number one. I think everybody thought Cam Ward was number one. I don't know how you felt about Dart. I wasn't too high on Dart myself. You know what I'm saying?
He's kind of proved us wrong though, because he played good this year.
He has. But still, Shador was he was just as good as Dart was in college. Correct. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So and you can't say, well, he threw to the Heisman winner, blah, blah, blah. Jackson Dart threw to a couple of guys that made the NFL and are stars now, right? Correct. So again, I just can't say all of that. The problem is the NFL and the Cleveland Browns and all of these other teams, they viewed Shador as less than what most people viewed him as. And whether that's due to, his name or his, all his draft process, interview, all of that, regardless of what happened between that, the reality is Shador Sanders was a 5th round pick, right? And so when people say that Stefanski wasn't putting him in, or excuse me, when Stefanski wanted him to fail, I disagree with that because he just got the same treatment that most 5th round picks get.
Correct.
But on the opposite end of things, did Stefanski put him in a position to succeed? Absolutely not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say nothing about Stefanski,
right.
But he didn't put him in a position to succeed. And I think it is kind of malpractice that your backup quarterback on the roster currently didn't get no run with the ones until it was NFL game time week. What week are we in? 10, 11, something like that. When he played against the Ravens. Like that's tough, man. Like that's not good, you know? Your backup got to at least get a rep or two of the runs in practice. Got to. Because you never know. I mean, Dylan Gabriel could have got hurt, which he did. And Shedeur would have had to come into the game, right? Because he's a backup. So I felt like that was a bad thing. I don't know if that was him setting Shedeur up to fail, but that was absolutely not the right way to handle the Shedeur situation. Now, with that being said, Shedeur came in, didn't look good at all against the Ravens, but that's neither here nor there. He started the game against the Raiders and looked way better than Dylan Gabriel has all season long in every single start. Even the guys on the defensive side of the ball was saying, bruh, this is all we wanted. It was a dude, I don't even know who it is. I think he was a defensive lineman. He literally said that it was nice to have an offense that wasn't stagnant and would give them a breather. He said, this is what we wanted all year long. You cannot go back to Dylan Gabriel after that under no circumstances. You cannot go to Dylan Gabriel after that. Look at the crowd. Look at the fans. Look at the team. Look how energized they were as soon as Shedeur Sanders got in the game. Look how excited they were to see him succeed versus a guy like a Dylan Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that we like to see as NFL fans, right? So shout out to Shedeur. I'm glad he was able to put his wrist up. I'm glad he's proven the doubters wrong. I hope he continues to prove the doubters wrong and prove to people that he probably should have been, if not a first round pick, at the very least a second or third round pick. 5th round was absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. And the Browns, honestly, the Browns choosing Dylan Gabriel over him, I thought was the craziest in a draft that they had in my opinion, a draft class that has pretty much turned out to be perfect for them so far because all of their rookies is hooping except Dylan Gabriel. I thought the biggest mistake that they made was drafting 2 quarterbacks, drafting Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders. Because now you got to cut one of them next year. You can't go into next year with two second-year quarterbacks. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You have to.
And they're probably going to draft a quarterback this year, I would think.
You think they're going to draft one?
I do.
Oh, man. I
don't think they believe in Shedeur or Dylan Gabriel as they're starting. The Deshaun Watson contract looks a mess. I mean, he's probably gone after this year, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think they're going to be in the market for a new quarterback.
If they do that, then that's it. Well, first, if they do that, somebody need to be fired. But, and I don't mean no disrespect because I don't.
Only if Shedeur shows up the rest of the year and he looks amazing, then they might second guess it.
He got to. No. But again, that's not me thinking that Shedeur is going to be a superstar by the end of the year.
Right.
But at the same time, you done drafted 2 quarterbacks in a draft.
Correct.
You got to see what one of them can do. Correct. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't draft them both to be backups. You have to give them a chance.
Yeah.
And half a season for both of them would be unfair to both of those guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it, though.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, man. Yeah, I was impressed with what Shedeur did. It wasn't a great game. He was like 11 for 20, so it wasn't extravagant, but he did enough to get that team to win, and that's all that matters. I want to see more.
Yeah.
And like you said, he only had 1 week with the starters. So you ain't going to have that much chemistry if you only got 1 week with the starters. So we'll see how he progresses for. I'll be rooting for him for sure. And we'll see how he does, man. I'll definitely be keeping that wrist up in the air for my boy Shedeur, man. I'm rooting for him, man. Last thing, and this can just be a little quick 3-minute topic. We actually getting blown out by the Washington Wizards right now, so I'm not happy about that. But the Atlanta Hawks have been better without Trae Young. I'll just say it. They've been better without Trae Young the last couple of games. And Jalen Johnson, I've been pushing this narrative for like over a year now. I think Jalen Johnson's a better player than Trae Young at the moment. I do. I think Trae Young is still a good player. I still think he's a good guy. Me and you was talking about this in text earlier today. Jalen Johnson should be in the MVP race right now, which he is. I think his name is getting mentioned in the MVP race. He's averaging like 26 points a game. He's been tremendous this season. And again, it just seems like defensively we're better without Trae. Again, man, I like Trae. But at the same time, Cam, would it be wrong if I say I want to build this team around Jalen Johnson, man? I don't think that's crazy to say at this point. I think Jalen Johnson's a better player than Trae Young, bro. I do.
It's not crazy. Jalen Johnson, 22, 9 and 7, almost 22, 10 and 7.
Yeah.
Shooting, but that's on 56% from the floor. You know what I'm saying? So incredibly efficient, doing everything for the Atlanta Hawks. Again, you said it last year. We've been talking about Jalen Johnson for a little while, I feel like, but he's been somebody we thought he should have won Most Improved. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody that's really good. Really,
he better win it this year for sure.
Yeah.
If he don't win MVP, at least give us the Most Improved.
Who ended up winning last year?
Dyson Daniels.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, we'll take that.
Hawks no, he did. Years.
Dyson Daniels didn't win it last year. It was
I thought he did.
He won Defensive Player of the Year.
He won Defensive Player of the Year. I thought he won.
It was was it Evan Mobley?
Who won Most Improved? Go ahead though. I'll look it up.
Yeah, my bad.
You good?
Because me and you said Dyson Daniels should have won it last year. Matter of fact, because Jalen Johnson was hurt. That's right. Jalen Johnson should have won it the year before that. Actually.
Yeah, correct. He should have won the year before that. Correct.
Yeah, but man, y'all got a really strong squad, and they play so much. They play better without Trae for some reason. I don't know if they just allow.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels did win Most Improved in 2025. I mean 2024, 2025 season. Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. He won last year.
So he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year.
He didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. Mobley won that, but Dyson Daniels won Most Improved. And the year before that, when Jalen Johnson should have won, they gave it to Tyrese Maxey.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I thought Dyson Daniels won that last year.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you for the correction. But
straight.
Anyway, Jalen Johnson, again, this is one of the dudes. We're talking about a guy who very much is in that mold of LeBron James, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys. You got him. You got Paolo Banchero.
That's who he reminds me of, Paolo Banchero.
They them boys, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like these are LeBron disciples. These are the guys coming up under him, watching him hoop. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. And I think your boy Nickeil Alexander-Walker is holding it down at point guard. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Dyson Daniels is still in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Kristaps Porzingis, I believe, is still in the mix, even though he's been in and out the lineup. Reese has been in and out the lineup, and Onyeka Okongwu has been playing really good for y'all too. Yes. So I love, again, what I said before the season started about you guys. I love your lineup. You know what I'm saying? Even without Trae Young, I might like it better without Trae Young.
Right.
And you might have to. I might be with you when you say trade him and just get more help. You know what I'm saying? Because this team, it looks like they can compete in the East. I know they ain't playing good today, like you said, but it looks like they can compete in the East.
Yeah,
without Trae Young.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you, bro. I would like more shooters around. Maybe another point guard that's a little bit more of a ball carrier, a ball handler, and again, I like Trae Young. It's just Trae Young is such a defensive liability as well. I mean, you talked about this earlier off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Our defense has gotten substantially better since Trae Young has not been on the court. I mean, it's just the truth. He's a liability. Yeah. I mean, flat out. Let me ask you this before we sign out, because we ain't talked about this yet. The whole LaMelo thing and him, he's saying he don't want to get traded, but the reports was coming out that he did. What you think about that whole situation real quick? Give me a 30 seconds, little quick soliloquy of
it. Yeah, I don't think he want to go, to be honest with you, because I saw what he said, and I feel like the way he said it makes me think he actually don't want to leave Charlotte. So I think that was just.
You know what I think?
What's that?
I think Charlotte wants him gone more than he wants to go. And here's why. And I'm not even saying Charlotte wants him gone. I'm not saying that. But what I think is happening, I think Charlotte at first was like, no, we ain't entertaining no calls on LaMelo at all. I think now, because LaMelo, guess what? He's in street clothes again. I think they're getting to a point where they're like, all right, bro. Con Knipple's playing really well. I was wrong about him, by the way. He looks like a dude that's going to be potentially the rookie of the year. He's been really good this year.
I told people before the draft process, I was like, bro, Con Kniple is a dog. I don't understand
why. I'm going to come on here now and admit already I was wrong about Con Kniple. That white boy, all right, bro. He can hoop. I'm not even going to hold you. That white boy, all right, bro. That boy can hoop. He's a starter in this league. I was up here talking about he's going to be the next Austin Reed or something like that. I think his ceiling's higher than that. I think what's happened, to give my quick soliloquy real quick, I think the Hornets have seen how good Con Kniple is doing. They've seen that, and they're like, ooh, hold on. Maybe we should just listen to offers. Maybe we have a star already in Kniple, which I think they do. So maybe they're saying, let's hope Brandon Miller eventually gets back healthy. He's another one that's been hurt every other 5 minutes. They're saying, let's get Brandon back. Let's get Con going, Miles Bridges, and let's build around that. I think that I'm not saying that they want to let LaMelo go, but I think if they get the right call for LaMelo, I think they would trade him, bro. I'm going to be honest with you.
Can I ask you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You good. Go ahead. I'm wrapping up. You good.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Would you swap LaMelo for Trae Young? If they said,
that's why I brought it up, low key.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I almost wonder, is LaMelo Ball kind of like how Christian McCaffrey was? I play on a sorry team, so if I'm not 100% healthy, I'm not playing. And if he was on a more competitive team, I wonder, would he suck it up and be like, oh, I'm 85%, but I'm going?
Yeah.
I kind of wonder that too. Is he saving himself a little bit? And if he was in Atlanta where we're a little bit more competitive, no diss to Charlotte, but that's just a fact. The Hawks have been more competitive of a franchise as of late than the Hornets. I wonder, would he be like, hey, I'm going to play at 85%. I'm in a new place. I got to prove myself. I don't hate it, bro. I don't. If they said trade for LaMelo straight up, I would do it, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. I probably would, actually. I would lean
if I was Atlanta.
Yeah, if I was Atlanta.
Yeah.
If I was Atlanta, I probably would do it.
I probably would.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably would do it.
Because
I really feel like that's part of the problem. I feel like he's like, I'm at the Hornets, we stink, we suck. I like it here, but I'm not trying to really put my same thing with Chris McCaffrey. McCaffrey's mostly always healthy now with the Niners. Even though last year he had some injuries, but they were real live. Like, you can't come back from injuries.
Yeah, they was hurt. Yeah, he was hurt.
But now he's getting 15 carries every 5 minutes, and he's good. He just hops right back up. So I think it's the same thing with LaMelo. I think LaMelo knows he's with Charlotte, and we suck, and I'm not going to do all that. You know,
I can't blame him. I mean, shoot, can you blame him?
No.
You know what? I have an idea, because I don't know if it would happen, but I really like the way Lonzo Ball is playing with Cleveland right now.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if a guy like him in y'all's offense, right? I'm not saying they're gonna trade him straight to Trae Young straight to Cleveland, because that wouldn't work. But I'm just thinking about a guy like Alonzo Ball running y'all offense versus a Trae Young, because Lonzo Ball is way better defensively, right?
Oh, much better defensively. But the problem is, then what about the volume of scoring, though? That's the issue. That's why I said we need more shooters.
You ain't got it right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And Lonzo been a much better shooter the last couple of years. He getting there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that'd be a good consolation. You know what I'm saying? Because I really think y'all just need a point guard in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't think like for example, I think somebody that y'all could go after. I talk about him all the time. A guy like an Andrew Nembhard. You know what I'm saying? Off the Pacers. You know what I mean? Would be a really good fit next to Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, and Zachary Reese, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who he not gonna get you, he not gonna score like crazy, he not gonna hog the ball, but he's gonna facilitate. He's gonna get the ball to the guys that need it when they need it. You know what I'm saying? I think a guy like that would be a really good fit for you guys.
Yeah.
Another player, he just won 6th man of the year, but another player that could play for y'all, Peyton Pritchard. You know what I'm saying? Would be another good guy because now that's somebody that can score.
Yeah.
And he can facilitate.
And defensively, he isn't a liability either.
So, you know what I'm saying? You just want somebody like that, or shoot, go get whoever OKC got over there. What's that boy name?
They got a bunch of them.
That boy, God, what's that boy name?
Is OKC gonna lose a game this year? They're like 17-1, right?
Nah, they ain't. That what I said. AB Andrew Nembhard. That one exactly what I'm saying. I didn't know he went to Florida, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
I didn't know he went to Florida either.
Somebody like that.
Has Oklahoma City's only lost one game this year, right?
One game.
They're gonna win another title. I don't even know why we're talking NBA. They're gonna win another title.
One game.
I mean, the Pistons do look good though, but I mean,
oh yeah, Pistons look good. I got one more shout out I want to give to somebody.
Yeah,
it's crazy to see it, but this dude don't get talked about enough when we talk about longevity.
Yeah,
but he going crazy. James freaking Harden.
Yeah, bro, he dropped 55 on that. That's crazy.
Come on, man. Yeah, we talking James Harden in what year?
The clock back, man. I ain't lying.
What is he in year 16, 17?
Yeah,
he averaging almost 30, bro.
Yeah.
God dang.
That's
I don't care. I know people be talking about the playoffs and stuff like that. Man, forget it, bro.
He's one of the best offensive talents we've ever seen in the NBA.
Ever, bro. Just appreciate the game, bro. Yeah, Harden is a baller, bro.
He is.
I like watching Harden hoop, man.
Yeah, he's a baller. Though. Yeah, he's a baller. No, I agree. He dropped 55 points on Charlotte on Saturday, so he's having a tremendous year.
That boy
but all right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving week, man. Cam, did you want to say anything before we sign out for the night?
Nah, man. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Take care. Eat a lot of food. Forget the macros. Forget the calories.
Yeah.
Eat it up.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do on Thursday and Friday, man. I'm not even going to put in no calories. I'm just going to eat. So
don't be scared to eat it, man. Eat it on up.
Absolutely. Well, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good week. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all enjoy. Take it easy. And once again, happy Thanksgiving. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there.